Alright, now we need to pass the data. Once we click on play, we should go to the next screen, which is playing the game. Okay, so here where this elevated button is pressed, here we need to create a method. So let's create that method. So let's call it play game. Then let's pass game provider, which will be our game provider. Okay, just put the cursor in front here and then click on the light bulb and then create this method. Okay, then we can put a comma here, then bring it down. So here the first thing we can check, maybe let's check if it's a custom time. So let's check if is custom time. So here we're just gonna check if widget dot is a custom time. If it is custom time, now we need to check if the user has changed something here. If they have, for example, let's go to custom. So if it's custom time here, once we need to check if this is not 0 here. Okay, we don't want to go ahead and play the game with 0 time. So here what we do is let's put a comment. We can say check all timer greater than 0, like that. So we can say if wait time minutes is less than or equal to 0, or like that. Let me change it. Or black time and minutes is less than or equal to 0. In this case, is the time haven't changed. We're just gonna show a snack bar telling the user that you cannot put 0 time cannot be 0. So we're gonna need the snack bar to use it elsewhere. So let's create that quickly. So let's go back to widgets, then down here let's say show snack bar, like that, and then let's give it some required arguments. So we need the build context, and then let's also require a string, which will be our content. And then down here we need to return a scaffold messenger, dot of context dot show snack bar. And then for the snack bar, let's bring it down here. We're gonna say snack bar. It takes in the context, which needs to be the text widget, and then we're gonna put in our content there. Okay, so this will be our snack bar. We can use this now to show our snack bar anywhere. So let's come back to this screen here, and then let's just say show snack bar, for, we can just say, or let's just say show snack bar, and then let's show it. Where's our method? Show snack bar, it's down here. Show snack bar, and then the content, let's say time cannot be 0. That's all. And then after we show this snack bar, so if this is true, and then let's return here. Okay, then we can just return. And then next, after this down here, let's see now what we need to do here. First of all, we need to start loading, showing the progress here. So show loading dialog. We can say first of all, we need to show the loading here. So we can say show loading dialog, maybe something like this. So this is the first thing that we need to do here, number one. And then let's put it inside there as a comment. So show loading, and then after we show loading now, number two, we need to save this time that we will put there. We'll set save black's time and white. Save timers. We can say save times. Save time for both players. Okay, save time for both players. And then the next thing that we need to do here is after we start loading, or here we can say start loading. After we start loading, we save the time, and then after saving the time, we here we can say save time for both players, and save time. We can say save time for both players and player color. Okay, save time and player color. Sorry, time and player color for both players. Okay, then after we do that, number three, that's when we can navigate to game screen. Okay, so now let's create some navigation routes. What we do is, let's go inside the constant class here, and then up here, let's just put it up here. We can copy this, then paste it up here. Let's just paste it a few more times, maybe that much is fine. So we can start with home screen like that. So this, let's just put it as a string like that. Maybe let's copy all of this, copy, paste it, paste that, then paste that. This also, let's just specify that it's a string. So home screen, and then here we can put a / and then type the word home screen like that. And then next we can put game screen, and then next, what else we can put? Maybe we're going to have a landing screen, and then we're going to have we have a setting screen, and then we have more. Let's just copy that. We have more screens that will come in the future. And then also this one can be about screen. This one can be that game setup screen. And then the other one can be custom, maybe custom game setup screen. Actually, the game setup screen is just the same as the custom. So we can copy this and then come here, then put a / and paste that. Copy this, come here, put a / and paste, copy. Just repeat this process so that we can have these screens. Okay, now we can remove one of these. Alright, now that we have made these constants, we can close this and save it, and then let's go back to our main.dat, and then here where we have this, let's remove this where it says home here. So what we're gonna do is let's comment this out, and then let's say initial route. That's when we are going to have our home screen, like that. So instead of calling it like that, home screen, we are just going to say calling it from our constants dot home screen. So let's import this constant home screen like this. So we have home screen in constants. I don't know why we're not getting it. Let's see what's going on in our constant class. So this should be home screen. Okay, so that's how we are calling our home screen. What's wrong here? It's a SC like this. Okay, so there's our home screen now as our initial route, and then we're going to say down here routes, then we bring down our routes here. So let's start with the same one, constants dot home screen, which is going to be say context this will be constant of home screen. So it's basically just the same. Let's just copy these things a few more times for time saving. And then the other one, it's going to be maybe the game screen, which is going to be the game screen this side, game screen. The other one is what other screen? Settings screen, which is settings screen. And then we have about screen, about screen, about, yes. And then what's the other one? We have game setup screen, huh? Yes, let's have a game setup screen. Game, what's our screen code? Let's go up, game startup screen. Okay, let's copy that and then let's paste it here. So we have game startup screen, which is, we need to name it the same way as this because we can get confused. So we have this one, game startup screen, and then game time screen. Let's go up. So game time screen. So let's go back to constants, and then instead of this, let's name them as this. So we have game startup screen. So game startup screen like this. Let's put it there, and then let's copy it once more. And paste it there. So here we have game time screen. okay, like that. Let's go back and then let's just put them the way they are. Game startup screen. Let's import this. So this one, okay, we have an error because it requires, it's passing some data, so let's just skip it. Let's not put it here. So let's put game time screen. This one is not passing any data. So let's also add the const modifier here. So I think for now these ones are fine. We can go ahead and close the main.dat, and then let's also close the constants. Okay, we have an error because it's reloading while we are closing. It's fine. Just cancel that, then cancel that. Okay, so the other thing now, let's come back here. Where is our game startup screen? Okay, so now here on navigation, now we can say navigator dot push named. Okay, and then here we're just going to call the name of the screen that we are going to, constant.game screen. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so now let's test it while we're here. We'll do this. So let's stop the application and then run it again. So the application has started. We are in the home screen. So this is the initial screen, and then we have these routes. Okay, so let's close this. So let's go on the computer, and then let's first test if this will work. Okay, if we haven't change the time. So let's click on custom, and then let's just click play. So you see we are getting this because it's checking that this and this is less than 0. Okay, so even if one is changed, if we place, we should have this error. But if both of them are changed, now we can go to the game screen. Okay, so let's go ahead and test it. Okay, so now we're in the game screen. So the next thing to do is we want this time, this one and this one to be the one that we have selected there. Okay, and then also the player color, we are just white here by default. We want all these settings to be the ones that we have selected from the previous screen. Okay, if we come back to this screen, we want, when we change this to black, and then we put this as a hard, medium or hard, and then the time maybe 10 minutes or 3 minutes, or 11 and 5, and then click play. We should have these settings here. We should be black, and then the times should be like what we have chosen. Okay, so that's what we're going to do in the next video.